Hello students, good night to all of you, and once again welcome to your favorite channel TKG Physics classes. So students, today we will discuss another important part from your vector chapter, which is named as uniform circular motion. All of you know we already completed motion in a straight line. That is your third chapter. We completed in last lecture, which is named as the projectile motion. Today we will discuss about the circular motion, basic part about the circular motion, and there another part of circular motion are there in your next chapter, which is named as motion in a straight line. So today what we will learn? Today we will learn angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration, time period, frequency, relation between time period and frequency. Then we will prove the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity, and we will prove the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. And this is our basic part for uniform for circular motion. Okay, so first of all you have to know this thing, that is the what is the meaning of uniform circular motion. Write it down. This is our definition. If a particle moves along a circular path with a constant speed, you know meaning of uniform motion, that is equal distance covers in equal interval of time. So a body when covers a circular path, then the motion of the body is known as circular motion. But question is, when it is said to be uniform, obviously this motion will be uniform. That means, you see, it covers equal distance along the circumference of the circle, because the path is circular path. So its covered distance along the circumference of the circle in equal interval of time, and this motion is known as uniform circular motion. So when a body cover equal distances along the circumference of a circle in equal interval of time, then the motion of that body is known as uniform circular motion. For example, you see the motion of t^2 hand of a clock is a uniform circular motion. It covers equal distance in equal interval of time. The motion of a point on the rim of a wheel rotating uniformly. This is also an example of uniform circular motion. Suppose you are cycling along a circular path with a constant speed. Your speed is 10 km/h, suppose, and you are rotating along a circular path. So your motion is called uniform circular motion. Okay, now think one important thing here. Uniform circular motion is also called the accelerated motion. Question is why uniform circular motion is called an accelerated motion? You think this figure. Suppose a body is starting its motion from point P0. At P0, the direction of the body, the velocity, that is tangent along this direction. At here, the direction is tangent from here. At this point, velocity is direction tangent. At this point, velocity direction is tangent. Okay, so here uniform circular motion, that means the speed of the body remains constant, but at every point the direction of motion of the body changes. You see, at this point direction that side, at this point direction that side, at this point direction that side, at this point this one. So speed remains constant, but its direction of motion remains changes with the passage of time. So that's why we can say it is also called an uniform circular motion is an accelerated motion. Accelerated motion, that means the rate of change of velocity. Here the direction of velocity changes with respect to time. So that's why we can called uniform circular motion is also an example of accelerated motion. Okay, and you see this velocity direction is always perpendicular to this radius vector. You see here r is the radius vector, in this point this one is the r is the radius vector. V and r always perpendicular. Okay, now we will discuss the basic thing about uniform circular motion or circular motion, that is named as angular displacement. Okay, All of you know about displacement. In motion in a straight line, we discussed this thing. Displacement is denoted by symbol S, or you can write X like this. This displacement is called linear displacement. Now question is, what is angular displacement? Angular displacement, that means, you see, suppose a body start from point P naught. At time t1, the position of the body here, this is point A and this is the position of the body or particle at time t1, and you see this value is theta 1. The body is rotating through an angle theta 1 at time t1. Similarly, at time t2, the direction of the body that side. At time t2, the position of the body, suppose this point B, and this is at time t2, and suppose this angle is theta 2. This angle is theta 2. So in between time t2 minus t1, in between time t2 minus t1, that is suppose represented as del t, in time interval del t, the body changes its position. This portion is named as del s. Write it down, del s. And what is the angular shift for this time interval? You see, this angle is theta 1, this angle is theta 2. So A to B angular shift means this one, this angle, and this angle will be theta 2 minus of theta 1. So here del theta, which is represented as theta 2 minus theta 1. This is the angular shift, angular displacement of the body. So the angular displacement of the body of a particle is defined as the angular shift of out by its radius vector in a given interval of time. Here a particle, write it down, a particle covers del s displacement in del t, that is t2 minus t1 interval of time. Here angular displacement which is named as del theta, that is equal to, this del theta is named as angular displacement. Now you think how to find out this value del theta. You know the basic formula of angle, that means arc by radius. Here arc, that means this del s, this one, and radius, this circle has radius r. So angle, here angle means angular displacement, and here angular displacement is named as del theta. So del theta is equal to arc, that means del s, divided by radius, that is r. So del s is equal to r into del theta. This is the relation between linear and angular displacement. Here del theta is the angular displacement, the angular shift. Okay, this one, angular shift. You see, from this point to this point, angular shift. This one, angular shift. How much angle the body is shifted. Okay, this one angular displacement, and this one is the linear displacement, and r is the radius of this circle. So write it down, linear displacement that is equal to radius into angular displacement, radius into angular displacement. So this is the relation between linear angular displacement. And what is the dimension? Also, this is the dimension of length, this one is also dimension of length, length by length. So angular displacement dimension, that is dimensionless, m0, l0, t0. But angular displacement is denoted with a unit, and the name is radian. We will denote angular displacement. You see, this is del theta, angle is denoted by the unit of degree or radian. Here SI unit of angular displacement, which is named as radian. Okay, so and all of you know about the conversion between radian and degree. 360 degree, that is 2 pi, 180, that is pi, like this. 90 degree, that is pi by 2. So we will use this value, 2 pi rad, pi by 2 rad. Okay, so the SI unit of angular displacement is radian. Okay, and the dimension, that is m0, l0, t0. Now we will discuss the angular velocity. What is the meaning of angular velocity? In same way, we learned that the linear velocity, which is denoted by symbol v. Okay, so angular velocity definition will be, write it down, same thing. All of you know the definition of linear velocity, that the time rate of change of displacement. Displacement by time is known as linear velocity. So here angular velocity, write it down, angular velocity, which is denoted by symbol omega, and angular velocity of a particle, write it, angular velocity of a particle is defined as time rate of change of angular displacement. You think displacement by time is known as linear velocity. So angular velocity, that means angular displacement by time. How much angle displaced with unit time. Okay, and it is denoted by symbol omega. Suppose del theta angle displacement in time interval del t. You see here, del theta angular displacement in time interval del t. So del theta by del t is known as this one, average angular displacement. So average angular displacement omega bar is equal to del theta by del t. Now question is, what is the meaning of instantaneous angular displacement? All of you know about instantaneous linear velocity. So what is the meaning of instantaneous angular velocity? Instantaneous, that means the velocity at a particular instant. So for instantaneous we have to use taking limit del t tends to 0. So this one will be omega limit del t tends to 0 del theta by del t, and this one will be d theta by dt. That is, we have to differentiate theta with respect to t, and we will get omega, and this omega is named as instantaneous angular velocity. Okay, same thing, instantaneous angular velocity, that means the velocity of a particle in its angular motion, and when time interval del t tends to 0, that is at a particular instant, the velocity of that particle in its circular motion is known as angular instantaneous angular velocity. Now we will prove the relation between instant angular velocity, that is instantaneous angular velocity, and the relation between linear velocity. Write it down, important part, student. Okay, so now we will prove relation between linear and angular velocity. And before going to that part, you say the unit of this value, angular velocity, this unit rad and this one is time, so SI unit rad per second, and the dimension will be, you see, m0 l0 t minus 1. The dimension of angular displacement, that is m0 l0 t0, and there is time, so this one will be upper side, so this result will be m0 l0 t minus 1. Now write it down, the relation between linear and angular velocity. Relation between linear and angular velocity. Relation between linear and angular velocity. Linear velocity is denoted by symbol v, and angular velocity is denoted by symbol omega. Okay, and you consider this one. Suppose a particle is moving along a circular path. Your starting point at point P naught, and the particle is moving like this way. So here at point A, that is at T1, this is the position of the particle. The angle is theta 1, and at time T2 the position is B, and here angle is theta 2. So in time interval del t, the angular displacement, that is named as del theta. So write it down. So angular displacement here, angular displacement del theta is equal to del s by r, that is arc, and r is the radius. Okay, now dividing by del t on both sides, dividing by del t on both sides, we can write this one will be del theta by del t, and this one will be 1 by r del s by del t. Now taking limit del t tends to 0 on both sides, then it will be instantaneous value on both sides. We have limit del theta by del t. Here del t tends to 0, that is 1 by r. This one is limit del t tends to 0 del s by del t. Now you see, this one is the angular displacement by time interval, that is the named as average angular velocity, and there are limit del t tends to 0. So this one will be d theta by dt, and here 1 by r. You see, this is the displacement, linear displacement by time interval, that is the average linear velocity, and there are limit del t tends to 0, that is average linear velocity at a particular instant. So this one will be instantaneous velocity, which is named as v. Okay, write it down. This one is named as ds by dt at first. So this one is omega, this one is 1 by r, and this one is v. From here you can say v is equal to omega into r. So linear velocity, write it down, linear velocity is equal to angular velocity into radius vector. This is the relation between linear and angular velocity. And in vector form we can write this one, the linear velocity v vector is the cross product of this one, is the cross product of angular velocity and radius vector. This is the cross product. Okay, so this is our relation. Now we will discuss the basic part about what is the meaning of time period, what is the meaning of frequency, then the relation between time period and frequency. So what is the meaning of time period? Write it down, students. Time period, that means that total time taken by a particle to complete one revolution in a circular path. The time taken by a particle or by a body to complete one revolution in a circular path. This is known as the time period, and time period is denoted by symbol capital T. So obviously unit will be second. Now what is the meaning of frequency? Frequency, that means the number of revolution in 1 second. The particle when moving in a circular path, the number of revolution in 1 second is defined as frequency, and it is denoted by symbol nu. So write it down fast. Time period is denoted by symbol T, capital T, and frequency, our first one, that is time period is denoted by T, and T, that means the time taken by a body or particle to complete one revolution, and frequency nu, or you can write n also. is denoted by the number of revolution in 1 second. Now, by the definition of time period, we can write in t second, number of revolution by a particle that is equal to 1. This is the definition of time period. Total one revolution time taken value is known as time period, and it is denoted by symbol t. So we can say in t second the number of revolution by the particle that is equal to 1. So in 1 second the number of revolution by the particle will be 1 by t. And you see the definition of frequency. The definition of frequency, that means the number of revolution in 1 second. And here the in 1 second number of revolution is named as 1 by t. So according to definition of frequency, we can write nu that is equal to 1 by t. Okay, so this is the relation between time period and frequency, students. Is important for your numericals purpose. Now we will prove the relation among angular velocity, time period, angular velocity and time period. You see, angular velocity, that means del theta by del t. Now when a body is rotating along a circular path for a complete revolution, the total angle swept, that means this one, total angle, that is 360 degree, or you can say 2 pi. Here we use 2 pi, that is the in radian form. So del theta, that is the angular sweep for one revolution, is defined as del theta, and that value is 2 pi. And in one revolution the time taken is defined as time period, that is capital T. So here del T will be capital T, that is omega equal to 2 pi by capital T. Is important purpose for your numericals purpose, students. So omega is equal to 2 pi into time period, and you see 1 by time period, that is equal to frequency. So from here you can write omega is equal to 2 pi into nu. This formula also important. This is the relation between angular velocity and the frequency, and this is the relation between angular velocity and the time period. Okay. Now we will discuss about the angular acceleration. You know about linear acceleration, which is named as symbol a. Now angular, what is the meaning of angular acceleration? Write it down. So our next point, that is angular acceleration. So all of you know about linear acceleration. Write it down. Linear acceleration, which is denoted by symbol a, that is equal to, you can say, del v by del t. That is change in velocity by time interval. Change in velocity, that means change in linear velocity, v2 minus v1, and time interval suppose t2 minus t1. And this is all about average angular acceleration. Now, sorry, average linear acceleration. Now, angular acceleration, which is denoted by symbol alpha. So you see the definition. Acceleration, that means time rate of change of velocity. So angular acceleration will be time rate of change of angular velocity is called, or is named as, is called angular acceleration alpha. Now, so this answer will be alpha is equal to the change of angular velocity, which is named as del theta, divided by time rate, suppose del t. In time interval del t, the particle change its angular velocity, that is del omega. So alpha is equal to del omega by del t. That means you can write this one, omega 2 minus omega 1 divided by t2 minus t1. So this is our formula. This formula is also important, student, for your numerical purpose. Now question is, and this acceleration is also named as average angular acceleration. Now when we use limit value, del t tends to 0, del omega by del t, this one will be alpha, and this alpha named as instantaneous angular acceleration. Instantaneous angular acceleration, because we are taking this value, that is at del t tends to 0, at a particular instant we are calculating the angular acceleration. So this is named as instantaneous angular acceleration, and this is this one, d omega by dt, that is equal to alpha. Okay, that is, we have to differentiate omega, that is angular velocity, with respect to time, and you know omega that means d theta by dt. For finding omega, we have to differentiate theta with respect to t. So if we use omega here, d dt of, put it omega, that is d theta by dt, that is equal to alpha. So therefore alpha is equal to d square theta by dt square in terms of angular displacement. So this is our second order differentiation. We have to differentiate theta in twice, then we will get the angular acceleration. Okay, so this is the basic part. Now a question is, what is the unit and dimension? So obviously this del omega is unit rad per second, and there is also del t, that is second. So this one will be rad per second square is the SI unit, and the dimension will be m0 l0 t to the power minus 2. Omega, del omega has dimension m0 l0 t to the power minus 1, and there in lower part there is t, so this one will be upper side, and the answer will be m0 l0 t to the power minus 2. Now we will prove another important part, that is the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. We already proved the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. Now we will prove the relation between a and alpha. Write it down. You can take a screenshot. So our next point, that is, we have to prove the relation between linear and angular velocity, acceleration. Relation between linear, that is named as a, and angular acceleration, which is named as alpha. So at first you have to prove this one, v is equal to r into omega. We already completed this part. At first you have to prove this one using this diagram. Okay, now differentiate it. Differentiate with respect to t on both sides. So first of all you prove this one, v is equal to r into omega, then you have to differentiate it. So this one will be d dt of v, that is equal to d dt of r into omega. Then this one will be dv by dt, that is equal to, here r is a constant, r is called the radius of this circle, that is a constant value. So this constant will be outside, and this one will be du omega by dt. Now you know the value of this one, dv by dt, a, that is equal to v2 minus v1 divided by t2 minus t1. This is the acceleration, linear acceleration, and instantaneous linear acceleration is named as dv by dt. So this one is the value of a, this one is r, and this one is the instantaneous angular acceleration, which is named as alpha. So this is the relation between linear and angular acceleration. In vector form you can write, a vector, that is equal to alpha vector cross r vector, that is the cross product of angular acceleration and the radius vector gives a linear acceleration. Okay, so this is the relation, and this is the basic part. Now we will check some numericals related to this formula. Okay, solve it. Okay, first of all write down the numericals. You see, our first numericals: calculate the angular speed of the hour hand of a watch and the earth about its own axis. All of you know our hour hand complete one rotation in how much hours? Our hour hand complete one rotation in 12 hours. So you have to find out angular speed, that is omega is equal to theta by t, or you can write del theta by del t. Here theta, that is equal to 2 pi. For complete one rotation, the total angular shift, that is 2 pi, and here time, that is t equal to 1 rotation complete in 12 hours, so this one is value 12, but 12 hours you have to convert it in second, so this one will be 12 into 6 to 60 into 60, so this one is 6, this value will be pi divided by 666, that is 21600, and the unit will be rad per second. Okay, in same way, second problem, that is earth. The earth about its own axis. The earth rotate one complete rotation in 24 hours. So same thing for earth completes one rotation in 24 hours. So omega will be theta by t in the place of theta, that is 2 pi, total rotation angle 2 pi, and here t will be 24 into 60 into 60. That means this value will be, you see here 2 pi, 12 into 60 into 60, here 24, so this one will be twice, that is pi divided by 43200, so it will be 2 pi divided by 12 into 60 into 60, so this one will be the rad per second. Okay, so this is our first problem. Now see your second problem. Very simple, a circular wheel of radius 0.05, second problem, radius given r 0.50 meter, is moving with a speed of 10 meter per second, you have to find out angular speed omega. So you just use the formula v = omega into r, so omega = v by r, in the place v you write the value 10 and r you write 0.50, so this one will be 150 divided 2, that is 10 into 2, 20, answer will be rad per second. Okay, now third one, write it down first. Third one is important problem, students. The angular velocity of a particle moving along a circle of radius 50 cm. So write down first the given value. So according to our problem 3, at first this value given p3, that is equal to r 50 cm. Okay, and is increased in 5 minutes. Time given t is equal to 5 minutes, so this one will be 5 into 60, that is 300 second. From 1 revolution per minute, that is frequency. First one, you see the meaning of frequency, the number of revolution per second. So 100 revolution per minute, this one is rotation per revolution per minute. Now you convert it revolution per second, so this one will be 100 divided by 1 minute, that is 60 second, that is rotation revolution per second. And second, our second value, that is nu 2, here nu 2 given, you see 100 revolution per minute, that is 100 divided by 1, this one is revolution per minute. Now you convert it in revolution per second, that is 100 divided by 60 revolution per second. This value given nu 1 and nu 2, you have to remember this thing, and then you have to find out the angular acceleration and the linear acceleration. Now we use the formula for finding angular acceleration. You see, this is the formula for finding angular acceleration. Alpha is equal to del omega by del t. In the place of del omega you can write omega 2 minus omega 1 divided by del t, that means t2 minus t1. Therefore alpha is equal to, now you know the relation between omega and nu, I already completed here, that is omega equal to 2 pi nu. So here omega 2 will be 2 pi nu 2 minus omega 1 will be 2 pi nu 1 divided by t2 minus t1. Now simplify, 2 pi common, nu 2 minus nu 1 divided by t2 minus t1. Now putting the value 2 pi nu 2, that is 400 divided by 60, 400 divided by 60 minus nu 1, 100 divided by 60, 100 divided by 60 minus, and in lower part there is t2 minus t1, and t2 minus t1, this value is del t, 5 into 60, that is 300, take a common, this one is 300. sorry, this value is 400 Newton, 400 divided by 60. Now you can also take a common this 60, so this value will be alpha is equal to 2 pi divided by 60 into 300, and this one will be 400 minus 1, that is 300 cancel out, that is 2 cancel out, so alpha is equal to pi by 30 and the unit will be rad per second square. Okay, now our second part, you have to find out the linear acceleration, and you know the meaning of linear acceleration. A is equal to this one, r into alpha, that is A is equal to r value given 50, and this one is in centimeter. Okay, 50 into alpha, that is pi by 30, 0 cancel out, so this one will be 5 pi by 3, and the unit will be rad per, sorry, not rad, this is the linear, and the unit will be centimeter per second square, not meter, because here r we use in centimeter. Okay, so these types of problem you have to solve it. You go to your exercise book and solve it. If there is any problem, tell me. Today I am ending here. Meet you soon in next class. I think in next class we will start another next chapter, that is motion in a straight line. Till then, bye bye.